Hey everyone, this is Mark. Thank you for taking a moment to join me and watch this video. So normally when I shoot my videos, I try to keep them, under a certain amount of time, but I'm just going to kind of just fly by the seat of my pants, so to speak, on this. This is more of a discussion. I'm not really, in a way I am, but not really reviewing like any type of LP set. But having said that, I was thinking about this yesterday, it popped in my head, and I always try to bring up topics and discussions that are of equal interest to the people watching this. So I hope this video does that for you. But we're going to just dive right in. What we're talking about is, of course, the year 2022 marks the 50th anniversary of the Elvis On Tour film and the documentary. So this all came about, that kind of got my mind rolling on this was, I've mentioned this in a couple of my other videos. I belong to several social media groups and several Facebook pages that are Elvis fan pages. Some are really great. Some are pretty good. Most of them are good. One of the best ones is an Elvis FTD page that I've belonged to. It was one of the first ones, if not the first one I ever joined. And it's a lot of people discussing, mostly discussions of FTD products, the vinyl, the CDs, the books, and everything, and new releases coming out. Some people put stuff for sale. I've actually bought a few things here and there, stuff that is long since deleted. I got it for a really good deal. So right after the calendar turned the page to 2022, I saw an interesting post where somebody had mentioned that FTD, in conjunction with the 50th anniversary, was going to be releasing a commemorative set, much like That's the Way It Is 50th anniversary book set and CD, the 8 CD set that came out 2 years ago, a couple summers ago. And there wasn't a whole lot of details on it. There wasn't any set release time. The last I had heard was they're going to announce it as a pre-order, maybe in the spring, to be available for either August or September. But again, these things change. They evolve all the time. So don't quote me on that. That's what I had heard. But like I said, no pictures of the item, no details what was going to be in it. So I was reading some of the comments. I like to read people's comments, get their ideas. Sometimes, I don't always agree with some things people say, but I always try to keep an open mind. I'm a very, I'm a believer of free speech, free thought. People are entitled to their opinions, whether I agree with them or not, or whether they agree with me or not. That's their prerogative. I have no problems with anybody disagreeing with me. I will say generally, I don't respond to any of them because sometimes it just kind of opens up other things. And, I've seen actually on this Elvis page, I've seen some people, say a few things that were a little testy. For example, I'd seen where somebody had talked about the high cost of the FTD albums. I did a video on that, and there's been another channel that did a video on it. And the person basically called out the other person, saying they were basically stupid for spending that kind of money on it when they should have, if they were smart enough, they could have got it at the time it came out. And I don't know, I thought that was a little harsh, and I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to get involved in any of those. If somebody asks a legitimate question that I feel like I can put my 2 cents in and answer it, I'll do it. If somebody is selling something that I'm interested in, I may reach out. But as far as leaving comments or chiming in with my opinion, I stay out of it. That's just me. So anyway, getting back to the conversation, they had talked about, with this post about, the FTD Elvis On Tour set coming out later this year. It started the ball rolling. All kinds of comments were pouring in. Well, I hope that they, release the, all the videos and all the audio CDs of all the stuff that's out there that MGM has. And, I don't want another stupid book. And, and then another person followed up like, yeah, I agree 100%. We've had enough of these books. I'm thinking, as an Elvis fan, I have a hard time wrapping my head around that, because as an Elvis fan, I like it all. I like all the media. I love the vinyl releases. I love, the RCA legacy releases, the FTD vinyls, the FTD CDs, the sessions, the books, other books that are out there. And there's some fantastic books out there. I'll tell you, I'm going to touch on that in a second. But, people, saying, I don't want another stupid book. Like, seriously? Like, this is Elvis, man. Like, you love the music, you love to watch the videos, but the books are good too. You get in-depth, pictures and stuff that may have never seen before. So I kind of went away from that. Well, then yesterday I was on that FTD Facebook page. Somebody had posted that apparently there had been a petition going around, people signing it. We want the videos, we want them remastered, because MGM had shot 6 of the videos in April of 1972. They also recorded them. Keep in mind, this is important. RCA did not record them. RCA did not have any hand in them, except for one part, which I'll touch on again later. But as far as the movie project, the documentary, the filming of it, Elvis behind the scenes, whatever audio is out there, RCA had no hand in that whatsoever. It was strictly MGM. When the film was released, it was released through Warner Brothers. When the VHS, DVD, and then later Blu-ray came out, again, Warner Brothers. So I'm reading these comments are like, we want to send a petition. We want all 6 concerts, digitally remastered, and we want the audio, and just on and on. Like, I pictured like almost like Frankenstein's castle, and all the villagers with pitchforks and torches heading up to the castle. Like, you could like really feel the tension. I'm like, wow, like I didn't know people were so like into this. And then, and again, I don't know how true, you don't have to fact check me, because I'm not saying this is fact, this is what I read. But the gist of it was, apparently Warner Brothers had responded to the petitions and the people who had signed and said, well, because of the ongoing pandemic, we're going to revisit this later. We'll look into this later, which to me screams, you know what, I wouldn't hold your breath. And I say that because if there was going to be a video release of some kind, you would have heard about it about now, maybe a couple of months ago, coming out. All I've heard is the FTD release. So having said that, I will tell you that there is actually a number of things that are out there commemorating the Elvis on Tour time frames. One of them, which I'm going to show you, is, I got to put my back behind this, is this incredible set. This is the Elvis on Tour 1972 to 2022. It's a commemorative set. I mean, this probably weighs about 24, 25 pounds at least. It's heavy. It's got 3 books, as you can see. There's the back of it. And I am not going to take these out simply because I plan on hopefully doing a video in-depth review of these books. If you all would like to see it. If you would like to see it, many of you may have it. I will tell you it was a very limited pressing. There was only 1,000 copies made. I got my copy probably about, I want to say maybe September, October, I got it. And it is nothing short of spectacular. It's 3 books, as I mentioned, on heavy paper, amazing photography. Somebody popped up a message. So you guys don't see that, I found out, but somebody was texting me, sorry. Each book is 400 pages, so 1,200 total pages, over 2,400 pictures, many of which have never seen the light of day until this release. And the gentleman that, I can never remember his name. It's Eric Lawrenson and Jerry Lukenbach. I'm not sure if I'm saying that, through KJ Consulting. They do a couple other books, but I will tell you that this set is in a word, it's spectacular. It is the most comprehensive, detailed set of books I've probably ever seen as far as anything on Elvis. The first 2 volumes, oddly enough, are dedicated to the April 1972 tour. 2 full books. That's 800 pages of material. And each page talks about the itinerary. It's got all the behind the scenes, backstage stuff in the limo, Elvis with his entourage, him getting ready to go on stage, the nervousness that he had, tons of in-concert pictures, close-ups, and amazing photography. Absolutely amazing. I can't rave about it enough. So that's his first 2 volumes. The third volume is, I believe it's the June and November tour. So June, which covers Madison Square Garden, the 4 shows there, and again, pictures that weren't in the FTD Madison Square book in 2017. New stuff that they uncovered, unearthed, whatever you want to call it. Amazing, again, amazing photography. And then it's got the shows that subsequently followed the Madison Square Garden shows through June. And then the third volume, or that's the last volume. And then they show pictures from the November tour where he went to Hawaii. I think he played in Honolulu for a number of shows. So the book is just so well done. It is a little pricey if you can still get, I think you can get it at the Elvis Shop of London. Last I checked, a couple weeks ago, they still had it. But his stuff sells out quick. It is heavy as anything. Like I said, it's probably closing in on 25 pounds. Just a great, great in-depth set. If you have it, put in the comment what you think of it. I think you'll agree, 110%. It's fantastic. If you don't have it, I recommend getting it. If you are a big Elvis fan, even if you're just a casual fan, like, you will be entertained. It's great. So that's the first item. Second item, and I looked for it right before I shot this video. I spent 5+ minutes looking for it. I have an idea where it's at. I have a ton of stuff, a ton of Elvis stuff. And I have it across the room, stored away in a shelf. And it's a book. It's a soft cover, very inexpensive. You can probably pick it up for 20 to 30 bucks. And it's a soft cover book that came out probably 3 to 5 years ago, I think. And That's the Way It Is, an Elvis on Tour documentary book. Again, in-depth, great photography, great pictures, probably 120 to 150 pages. You can look for it on eBay. I think that's where I got my copy. And then, of course, I did the last video of the Elvis on Tour April 14th, 1972 concert. So Golden Globe Records, they did 4 of the 6 shows, released it on double vinyl, choice of blue or red vinyl. Sounds great. Watch my review if you didn't see it. And then you have the Elvis on Tour book, or the Elvis on Tour DVD or Blu-ray. It's long. It's been deleted. If you do find it, it is a little pricey. I lucked out. I saw somebody had it listed for about 30 bucks. And the reason they had it listed is in the description. It was sealed, had the hype sticker on it, but they said that there was a tear in the plastic. I'm like, I'm taking the plastic off anyway. It doesn't mean nothing to me. If it saves me 50% or more, I'll get it, because it can go from 60 to 75 bucks. I've seen it on eBay. So I got it for about 30 bucks with shipping. So I say all that just to say, like, there is a lot of stuff out there on Elvis on Tour. And here's the thing, and it's not that I don't feel these fans' pain. I do, I get it. But this is a great time to be an Elvis fan. And I say that because if you're a diehard fan, if you're a diehard collector, you collect everything that comes out. You're the average, everyday collector. You collect, the things you really like. Or you're just a casual fan, a new fan, whatever. There's so much. There's a plethora of Elvis stuff out there. You got the legacy sets that came out and got remastered. You have the FTD CDs that have been out for well over 20 years. The FTD vinyls. You have the books. Most of them come with CDs. Tons of books. The FTD books. Other publishers that come out with great books. The box sets. Everything. There's just so much. Imports from, the music's available on a public domain, so a lot of that's been, cleaned up and released. There's just so much. There's no shortage of Elvis anything out there. And I go on YouTube a lot. I have this channel, but if you type in and just do Elvis on Tour deleted scenes or behind the scenes, you'll find videos of stuff that didn't make the movie, stuff that some people have never seen before. So I know this video ran a little bit longer than I wanted to, but we're coming up on about 15 minutes. But that's the reason I came on here. I will close it with this saying, do I think personally, the audio, I'm telling you, is not going to be released through, if it's going to be released, it's going to be released through MGM or Warner Brothers, or whoever recorded it. I think it was MGM. RCA, again, had RCA, it's not going to be on the FTD set, because the FTD is, of course, the label that's created for the serious Elvis fan when it was created in 1999. But the FTD label is owned by Sony BMG. Well, again, Sony BMG, RCA, they had nothing to do with the recording of those concerts. So they're not going to be, I can't see it happen. It's not going to be on the set that comes out later this year. At most, it'll come with maybe a book, maybe 2 books, that's the way it is set. And they might have like the Elvis on Tour rehearsals, which that was recorded by RCA in April. Before he started that tour in April, he went into the studio, RCA recorded. That's where you got Burning Love, Separate Ways, all those great songs. And FTD actually has this CD. I want to get my hands on it, but it's a little pricey. It's called, it's FTD Elvis on Tour Rehearsals. I'd like to eventually get my hands on it because it's got, him rehearsing in the studio with his band and kind of loose, I think. So that may be on there. Maybe alternate takes that weren't available before might be in that. I'm thinking that's what it's going to be. But as far as video and them cleaning it up and digitally remastering and even releasing 1 or 2 of the concerts in its entirety, I just don't see it happening. I mean, we're at the 50th year, the golden anniversary, and nothing. And if they're going to release it, it'll be now. Maybe on the 60th anniversary, maybe on the 75th, I'll be an old man, I already am, but I'll be even older. I just don't see it happening. That's my humble opinion. I could be way off base. That's what I think. So as always, leave a comment. If you like my channel and want to see more of this content, like and subscribe. I appreciate it. And so that's my piece. I hope you all have a fabulous weekend. Stay safe out there. Stay nice and warm. It is rainy, cold, and dreary here in Delaware, but I hope you all stay safe and have a fabulous weekend. Take care.